I've got a feeling this is going to be like a good one, but a bit controversial, and then we may all be divorced when we get home.
And he was just sat there like frozen, but that made him a little bit cocky. He wore the red HORZEHOODS leggings once when we went in.
He didn't. Well, he's going to get more troll if we post this picture of the lobster pants.
Definitely going to get troll. Never need to see that again, girls.
So even though I was nervous thinking, is my husband going to die, I was going, whilst thinking, is my husband going to die? Did I just say that?
Don't listen to that bit.
Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us for episode 2, which is going to be about horses and your partners. Yay! I've got a feeling this is going to be like a good one, but a bit controversial, and then we may all be divorced when we get home. Just saying.
Say nothing.
Keep quiet. Are we allowed to mention our partners? And it's tough, innit? We're doing it. We can't just sit here and not speak about them. It's like everyone else.
We'll rename them.
Should we give them
fake names?
Give them a new name.
Yeah, but yeah. Mine's Pauline, was Paul.
That's a subject all on its own.
Yeah, we'll maybe leave that one for now.
Sounds so wrong. So wrong. Sorry, Paul. So yeah, guys, we're looking forward to discussing this episode. We're going to be reading some people's comments when they've written into us on message or social media or email. So, Jode, we'll go straight to you. So you've got a partner at the minute.
Yep.
And boyfriend, fiance.
Fiance.
Woo! Congratulations. And what does he think about horses?
Well, he was completely non-horsey. Horses have not been on his radar before, so yeah, he's getting a bit too stuck in for my liking.
Well, I think
like
he's loving it.
Thinks he can ride them.
Has he ridden your horse?
He's had, yes, he's both of them, yes. The first time he sat on Bo, my mare, who has actually, in her whole 13 years of existence, never had a different human on her back. So she was like this.
Oh.
And I was losing him up the lane, and he's got on all cocky, and then I do think he was like shitting himself a little bit.
Just like got up and that was quite big.
She's big as well.
What is she?
16'3".
Right.
And he was going, it was getting dusky, so there's like cars. He's like, there's a car coming, it's got lights on, And I was like, you're fine. And actually inside, I was a little bit worried because I thought when we turn around to come home.
Did he have a hat on?
Yes, he did have a
You
hat.
was responsible
He did have a hat
fiancé.
on. He did have a hat on. She was like, grew a little bit, and I was like, good girl. And he was just sat there like frozen, but that made him a little bit cocky.
Did it?
Yeah, now he's ridden Lucas off the lead rein.
Wow.
He's off the lead rein now.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Is
he's
he
off the
off the lead rein.
Oh, are you going to get some little canary yellow pants?
Little jumper clip.
Oh, you're like a proud parent, won't you? With
Off the lead rein.
a fully grown man in like canary leggings.
Only-
I can just picture.
But this is like
With his peacock stirrups.
No. He wore the red HORZEHOODS leggings once when we
No,
went in.
we
Lobster
didn't.
one.
We went in the sea on Boxing Day dressed as lobsters.
Wait. This is
Sorry, go.
Right,
This is another story.
Right, start. Tell us the lobster story then.
Okay, so I had to put red pants on him because it was for the
Why?
aesthetic, so he looked more
The
lobster.
aesthetic.
So he looked more lobstery. And I had 2 pairs, luckily. So I wore the winter weight, and I gave him the air mesh
The
ones.
winter weight.
Never need to see that again, girls. I mean, I don't know if it's going to give you the ick. It is squeezing your man into your size small HORZEHOODS leggings.
I mean, it kind of did design him with the emphasis of being on a man.
Luckily, the lobster suit came to his knees, so it was just this part you could see.
Oh, bless him.
Thank-
Can we have a
Thankfully.
picture, please?
We're going to try and get the picture.
There is
Glenn, would you
pictures.
post it at the end of the podcast? Or is
There
it
is-
something?
there's
Are we
no-
allowed to like
The
post
lobster
a picture?
We can post a picture for the lobsters.
Oh, okay. Fair dues.
But anyway, yeah, so he's not wearing leggings ever.
Really?
Ever. So he did wear shorts on the time he went off the lead rein because it was sunny.
I love it.
But Lucas, when I just got Lucas, so he's a little bit chilled and, not very forward. So I just trusted him to look after him. But I did post he posted a picture of himself on him on the UK Frisian
No, he didn't.
Facebook
So he's
page.
joined the group.
Because I posted one of Lucas on the page, and it went like, it had about 500 likes and stuff, because Lucas is so handsome, right?
Yeah.
Because he's handsome.
Yeah, he is. He is handsome.
Colin posted a picture of him sat on Lucas in a pair of shorts like this.
Oh,
You know,
no,
like
no,
a
no.
fetal riding
So
position.
you get in trouble for wearing shorts.
And he didn't get many likes apart from grief because he was wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Oh. It was like, nice horse. Shame the rider's wearing shorts and trainers.
So was it his first experience of like
he got
being
trolled. He got trolled.
Well, he's going to get more troll if we post his picture of the lobster pants.
I'm definitely going to get trolled. So I was like, that'll kill me.
Are you going to still be engaged when you leave
Maybe
it,
not.
by the way?
Maybe not.
So is he...
It was a big package in the lobster pants. Just saying.
Oh
Too
my
much.
God.
Too much info.
You just keep laughing at the lead rain thing.
The lead
Oh,
rain,
God.
not me.
He
Bless
needed
him.
to be on lead
We need to
rain.
bring Colin in. He's becoming like a
Oh
little
no, he'd love it
celeb.
too much.
Would he?
Yeah.
So what does he think of like it? Will he do the grooming and stuff?
No, that's the thing. He's mucked out once, like, and that wasn't a very good job. I had to re-straighten it. Grooming, I said once, you give Lucas a brush while I go and do this. He did one side. It's two sides.
Half job.
Half a job. So yeah, it's half a
Slacking.
job, Bob. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And he brings.
He
his daughter-
tries though. He
He
does.
brings his daughter as well. That's nice.
Yeah,
that
and he
can
doesn't.
get
He
the
doesn't
family
ask how much
involved.
it costs.
That's a win.
That's
That is
a
a
win.
win.
Yeah, but wait till you're married. Do you find it's when you're married and then they become
Do you
husbands?
have to share things
That
then? Like,
Yeah,
how much you
I
spend
think you
on
have to
things?
share more financials and explain
Oh.
like where your money's going and like why you're in your overdraft
Oh.
and how much a saddle costs. But always,
Oh.
always, if it costs
Got
like
a lot to
if
learn.
something costs 500, always take 50% off. So if they ask you and they say like how much did this cost, and in your head you're like 500 quid, just say 250, love.
But then it's
Oh, I've had
when-
it for
it's when they
ages.
say, well, where's the other 250? And you're there like, oh.
Just say all the snacks that the children eat.
I bought the children some new
still.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have like a bank of excuses.
Pony bank account.
I wonder how many. Oh,
Yes, pony bank account, separate.
yeah, I wonder how many like wives lie to the husbands.
Oh, every single one. About horses.
Girls, ladies,
Every
can you help us out?
single one.
Are you allowed to comment?
I mean,
below
you're
so your husband
lying if
doesn't
you're
see it?
saying you're not lying. Like when you've bought a new saddle pad, when you've have parcels delivered. You're 100. If you've, yeah,
Do you
everyone
think?
lies. Yeah,
Some
and it's not
things just
lying.
have to come in, like,
I think that's a
sneaky
harsh
as
word,
well.
isn't
like,
it?
if it comes through the door and they're not in and they haven't seen it, do you need
Didn't
to
happen.
disclose it?
No, it didn't happen.
Straight in the wardrobe.
Yeah. Do you know, that's so weird though. We get a lot of emails in customer service, and it is honestly mad how many emails we get and messages, and the requests are, please can you put in a plain package or please can you say congratulations, I've won this prize.
I
love
so
that.
good.
Or you've won this prize.
I bet you do as well.
And
though,
then
don't
some of
you?
the women actually do say on the messages, they'll say, oh, thanks for doing that with a wink. It's obviously, I've told my husband I've won a competition.
Brilliant.
And then you
Using
send you
that.
like 300 quid's worth of stuff out. And then you like, somebody
They are
was like,
good
oh, just
thinkers.
I was like, why is that not in a branded bag? Oh, the lady's written in and
Why does it say
requested
car
it.
parts on that bag?
Oh, yeah, crab outfit.
Not everyone has a crab outfit.
Fair play to
Oh,
it
Colin's
for putting
special.
on the crab outfit.
Yeah.
Or lobster, whatever.
Was
it
that that Boxing Day swim thing?
Yeah.
I keep reverting back to this crab thing now.
Next year,
Oh,
I'll get it.
lobster.
Next year, my goal is to do it as a pantomime horse.
Really?
Oh, and he could be a unicorn.
No, he could be the back end.
Oh, so you're front and
Back
back.
end. Oh, you mean one of those?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I know what you mean. You mean they have them in pantomimes, don't they?
That's what I just said.
Oh, right. Yeah. Shows how much I listen to you, Jode.
It's always the same.
And so, like, do your partners have other hobbies? Like, you've got your hobby that's the horses. Do your partners have, like, do they have their own hobbies? Which do you think it equals it out a bit?
Yeah. So Ben has.
Yeah. We know
That's
there's a
super.
story coming. With
Yeah. So Ben's only recently had a hobby in the last few years, which has helped because before that it was just me and the horses. And he would, like, before we had children, he would come to the horse. He'd come to shows with me, like take the dog for a walk whilst I was there. Occasionally groom. He hasn't really ridden. I don't even think he ever rode Sonny.
Would you
You
be on the
might-
lead rein?
He's so tall, he'd be like a Flintstone on your horse, wouldn't he? You know, with his legs like this.
I don't know whether you remember when I had Bally, the bay thoroughbred mare.
Yeah.
So when I first met Ben, he was a bit like Colin or Gung-Po, like, I'm going to get on that horse.
And you said, here's some leggings.
And he absolutely did not give him any leggings.
But you should. They look brilliant.
He's got long legs.
He's got better legs than me. He's got better legs than me. He's not acing them. Anyway.
This is going to keep reverting back to the crowd.
Anyway, he did ride ballet. And even though she's not like a type, like, you just put anyone on. And then for his birthday one year, we went for a trek. And he did ride a horse then, off the lead rein.
Off the lead rein.
Very good horse. I think he was called Bobby. He was dead good.
Bobby and Ben.
Bobby.
So those are the only 2 times he had ridden, but he did enjoy coming with me. And then when we had kids, it was easier for me to go and do the hobby, my hobby, and he'd look after the children.
Yeah.
And now he's got his hobby, which probably is the same as a horse, but it's a car, like in terms of like budget and time.
Yeah.
So he does that, so I have the kids when he goes and vice versa. So.
Because there's so many aspects to, like, having a horse obviously is such a big commitment, so it does impact hugely on your relationships,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Because it's not only a time thing, it's a money thing, it's something that you're super passionate about. So sometimes, are you more passionate about the horse than you are your husband?
You can ring,
I didn't say that.
ring Colin and ask him.
Did I just say that?
Don't listen to that bit.
Have you ever had your partner say, care more about that horse than me?
Yes, 100%. And sometimes I get, can we just go for a weekend without mentioning Lucas?
And then you're just casually there.
Yeah, because I'll be like, because you miss them, don't you, when you're not with them?
Would you rather be with your horse? We can't say this, can we? It can't
No.
go published.
I don't think that should be answered.
No.
Yeah, but obviously, if
It's a question only a horsewoman knows.
but if your partner joins in on your hobby, then obviously you're killing 2 birds in one stone, because then
Yeah.
you're
I
spending
know,
time
but
with your
sometimes
partner.
you do like your own.
But do you like your
like
own?
to have your own
is that
time with
own
your
time?
horse?
Yeah. And I think it's good to have that time just on your own, like a bit of downtime, just you don't have to think about anything
Where you're not a
else,
mum,
like,
you're not a wife, you're
hey.
not a partner, you're not a girlfriend,
No.
you're just you and your horse.
But you get sucked into that yard time warp where you're like, I'm just going to be an hour.
Absolutely.
And then you come back at like
Absolutely.
lunchtime.
Yeah, what is that? Why is there like a
There is
weird
a problem with the time
It is,
zone
isn't
at a
it?
yard.
You just don't realise. Is it that because you're enjoying it that much that you don't know the
so.
time?
It's weird for me because
don't have
I
to rush.
actually work where I keep my horses. So I am there like 8 till 5 being paid. But I'm still there sometimes at 8 o'clock at night.
Really?
Yeah, like
Obsessed.
just brushing his hair, watching him eat, stroking him.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Is there a helpline?
I don't think there is actually. Paul Glynn, our cameraman behind. You're a horsey guy. Your partner's got a horse.
Yeah.
So do you relate with any of this?
Yeah.
Like we're saying, does like Amelia go disappearing for a few hours?
She does, and I do all the knocking out and all
Oh,
She's a trained one.
that. She hides for 30 minutes and she's doing hay nets.
See, I would rather muck out
I'd rather
any
muck
day
out.
over doing hay nets.
Yeah.
Any day.
And do you think it's different if you've got them at home versus a livery having a partner? Do you think there would be any difference in that at all? Like, because I know Paul, obviously, we have him at home. He literally ends up doing all the jobs, and even he comes home from work.
He's trained.
And then, obviously, do you know the big hay bales, though, when you're
Yeah.
feeling a bit weak, or if my Crohn's is playing up and I'm just, like, really weak. Maybe I've used that excuse too much now. But I'll be like, Paul, can you just go and do them A's for me? And I just, like,
Yeah.
never give him, oh, Paul, could you just do them next?
But it's nice though, because
So that's
you
more
two
like the
do it
jobs as
together
well.
a lot when you come home, don't you? Is that's a little bit of time for you to like
Yeah.
wind down and kind of do the horses together while you catch up on the day,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think-
quite nice.
Get
he
the-
loves the horses too.
Yeah, he's horsey. He's not ridden for a long. He's never ridden with stirrups, which is weird.
He's got an incredible
'cause
seat though, hasn't he?
He has got a really good. You've seen him, haven't you? On your horse, he's like got a crazy. He's
Put a
just
video
like, I
of
did
him.
put a video on,
If anyone doesn't bounce to that trot, they look like a professional.
but I couldn't stop laughing. But he used to race horses in the sulkies years ago, and he was brought up as a child.
Yeah.
With the horses, but he'd always been like traditional where he was just on the backs and then he would just like go. And when I first met him, he used to be like, oh, I can ride a horse, and I didn't believe him. And I used to have this old cob called Sam. He was a stallion until he was 13, but he was gorgeous. And we went on the park and he went, let me get on then. And he went, you can take that saddle off. So, like, I took the saddle off, and I kid you not, he was like John Wayne across the park. He was literally like, if he had hair, he'd be like Gone with the Wind. He was literally, and I couldn't believe
Were
his
you like,
seat.
that's the man for me?
I was just like, why has he got a better seat than me and I've got stirrups? Do you know what I mean? I've got stirrups in the
Squeeze
saddle.
on.
And he was just literally flying around the park. And I don't think he's ridden for a long time. So I think, like, it kind of, he's got no passion in horse riding as such. But, yeah, it does.
It's quite natural.
He's quite natural, and obviously he does enjoy caring for the horses.
Yeah.
And his little Shetland.
And the little, he loves the little Shetlands. He keeps saying Oreo is his horse, he says. And he did show him last year.
He did show him that he loved
He
it.
said it was like one of the best days ever, and it was just like a local show, and it was Oreo's first show, and he was literally like, he was taking it all serious. So he was like, Jodie, can you plait my horse? And
We were
like,
we were in the championship together. We were in hand, weren't we? And I was walking behind him, and he was like, "We're going to Hoys." Like he
I
was
was like,
so
is
serious.
there even a class for spotties
He won
at
one
Hoys?
ribbon, and he was like, "Hoys next year."
Yeah, big ambitions coming from his little local
I love
show.
it.
But yeah, it was
It was a good day, that.
that was really good. Yeah, and do you know what? That day it made me realise, like, that's what it's about. Like,
Yeah,
we had
having a
such a
fun
laugh. We
day,
just take a
yeah.
little picnic. Jack's enjoyed it. All the kids. Just a lovely, fun local show, and we had just like such a
Yeah.
laugh.
Oh, we can do lead rein with Jax next year.
With
Or
Colin.
This year. Or Colin.
Colin.
Jax will be off the lead rein before
I'll
Colin.
be definitely off the lead road before Colin.
I need. We should have looked up statistics before we done this, because I'd be really like interested in, not statistics, like surveys of like, I wonder how many people actually genuinely split up over horses.
Oh, quite a few.
Do you think it's a lot?
I don't know of any.
Oh,
but I'm
nobody's
sure,
going to
like,
broadcast
yeah.
it, but
I
have
think
seen
a lot of
the
people
factor
like
is-
it would put them off. If they've, I reckon, if they've been with a horsey person once and it's not worked, they would not get involved with another horsey person. They'd be
Possibly.
like, "She's got horses, I'm out of here."
I know some men can be a bit, they turn it into a sexual thing, don't they? Oh, she's a horsey girl.
She,
And it's a bit
I know
weird,
we're
but
Like
weirds you out,
what
doesn't
they
it?
think is
Is-
that
is
horsey girl
horsey.
is the absolute polar opposite.
come home with like hay in our
Hay,
head,
straw,
horrendous fingers,
stinking.
stinking.
Why does like everybody think like with horses you've got loads of money and it's so glamorous?
When we're all broke and filthy.
But
Yeah.
literally, honestly, you have to work to pay for them.
Yeah.
And then unless you're like, you've just been like lucky enough to come from money, which none of us have, you know, great if you have, but like, yeah, we're not that
I have
lucky
to
now.
work
It's not
3
glamorous.
jobs to pay for them.
Yeah, it's really not. And you like we say, you've got straw in your hair, hay in your hair. Like, have you even brushed your hair?
Skin like sawdust.
Yeah.
No, not sawdust.
Sandpaper.
Sandpaper.
Does
Sawdust.
Sawdust. Does your partners ever say you stink?
Yeah.
Do you know what the worst? I can't even remember how long ago it was, but we used to have straw then. But like the smell
of
of straw in
strawy.
your hair if you haven't washed your hair,
Yeah.
and it's like, or hat hair.
Oh, hat hair. Sometimes,
But you
Hat
can't
hair.
smell it on
sometimes
yourself.
I'll have a shower and not wash my hair, and then get into bed and be like, "You've not washed your hair, have you?" And I even tried to dry shampoo at first to take the smell off, and
Oh,
I'm
it's
like,
horrible.
"Yeah, no, I've not."
How many bottles of that do you go for a dry shampoo? Oh yeah, it's I think men actually do put up with a lot of us.
Yeah.
And-
And I think
and
if they
partners.
I mean,
know
we
your
put up with a
horses-
lot. Do not
Yeah.
sugarcoat that. We have to deal with them,
Do you think?
and then just men, just for being men.
To be fair, their hobbies, like why is it such a big thing with like the horses when we have to watch them? We don't have to watch them, but you hear about them play footy and how tired they are after that match, and you know what? They have a lot more hobbies, I think, men than girls,
think?
don't you? Joe, apart from
They're
the
hot-
horses, and
Yeah, I guess it's slightly different though, because ours is a living creature that needs
It's part
Tending
of
it's
to-
a baby.
the baby.
It's our
potentially
babies.
twice a day.
Yeah.
You're caring for it just like you would any other pet that might live at home, or like children, or just people in general. But it's that commitment that it has to be every day, unless you have them on livery, or you don't have to go every day, or one end of the day. It is a lot of commitment.
It's a lot.
And at weekends when they're off work, you've still got to go, but they're not going to work, and they're like, "Well, can we go and do this?" I'm like,
I've got to get back for the whole
"I've
Christmas
got to
Day.
be back for 3
like-
o'clock to bring the horses in," and it's like, "Are you kidding?" And I'm like, "Sorry."
Yeah, it's a time thing as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I try and navigate around that by using like services. If we know that we're going out on a Saturday, can you bring in all the jobs are done in the morning? Kind of that way,
Yeah.
which kind of appeases.
I think
a
men
little
can
bit.
be a bit. baby Mardy, can't they? Did I just say that? Sorry,
Ben's
Paul.
just smiling.
I think they can be a bit mardy sometimes. It's like, God, how long are you going to be now? You've done, you've already ridden that horse, and
Oh, well, I need to
You
brush
get a
his
little bit
hair
jealous
and
about horses.
polish his shoes.
Paul says to me, he's like, I just know, like, when you have like anxiety or a really rubbish week, he says, I love you going horse riding because I know the moment you sat on your horse, you're smiling, and like it's nice that he likes to see me.
Yeah.
Smile, but I think there's sometimes when he just really is sick and tired of the horse job and can't be bothered, and he's had a tough day, and I'm just like, Paul, can you go and do this? Paul, can you do this?
I think in the winter as well, it's just
Winter's the
tougher on
worst.
everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. You got Colin involved, didn't you, on that video with the bikes as well?
Oh, that's good fun actually. We enjoy that. He'll come out on his bike with me while I'm hacking.
Yeah, that looked like a lot of fun. Did it go viral? That
yeah.
video?
We put a video on TikTok and it went crazy.
What was it? Just you?
Just me cantering along the side of him on his bike, but I'm going to do it again because
How did you film
Lucas was a bit chilled during that episode.
I
Take
think he
2
could
is going to be, we're going to smoke him.
Yeah. Because I think a few
He's
people
fitter
were
now.
saying, some people were saying, weren't they?
Yeah, people are like, couple goals, oh my God, that's amazing, it looks so much fun.
But they were
Like,
saying, weren't they, that horse should be faster than the
yeah,
bike.
and because he was doing a nice little dressage canter now.
You're like ready
Turn
for
the
that.
turbo
up.
Have you warned Colin to get his like leggings out? It's going to keep going up
Wearing
then.
them leggings.
On the bike.
What, lobster suit?
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
do that.
A lobster on the bike.
So you held to this now. Oh, you said it.
Watch this space.
You're going to see a lobster on a bike.
Shall I be a lobster as well?
Follow. Yeah. Have you got both?
Yeah, I've got 2 lobster
You
suits.
could,
Got matchy.
Your Halloween one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
That was a good one.
Yeah, but no,
Sebastian
I
the
can't.
crab.
That was actually painful.
Was
Was
it?
it? It was pretty cool.
I wore like a headless horseman outfit for Halloween and had this thing on my head, this like plastic thing squashed down onto my head. My
Where did you
face
see?
was like mould into itself.
Did you actually do a full test?
I did a dressage test like that. Could not see because it was like twisting around with the sweat, and it honestly it was so painful when I pulled it off. Like all my face was like disorientated.
She's dramatic.
No, it was like plasticine. It was like all.
Oh.
Yeah, it was painful that, but yeah, so I won't be doing that.
Okay.
But you can. Feel free if you want to borrow it.
I think I might not come back alive.
Yeah, I don't know if
borrow
it. Oh God, no, not on my own.
We'll put Paul in it and get him bareback.
He will have a go at anything. Yeah. Basco's launched Paul before now. Literally, the adult when we first got Basco as a youngster, I've had him for 10 years now. They literally had like a love hate, and I'm pretty sure Basco my horse was jealous of Paul
That Paul was yours.
because like he's such a softie, but yeah, like every time he was like, he don't like me, this horse, and he would just like nip him, which is not Basco, is it?
No.
And he would just, he'd be a bit. And then when Paul's like, oh, I'll get on him then. And I was like, okay, make sure you use your suits. He's very hot. Because he's quite, off the subtlest of cues. And I said, whatever you do, don't put your legs on and squeeze in. And obviously he did. And he just took off of him round the arena. And he had trainers on, shorts. He was like gone with the
Breaking
wind.
the rules.
Yeah. And another time when we brought him in, he got on him, we bringing him in from the field, and he had his rug on and a head collar. And I said, oh, you'll be fine. I said, pegged him up, and he just got on him and put the lead rope round like a bit of a reins.
Yeah.
And yes, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, but the most hilarious thing. It literally took off. He literally took off round the field.
Did
and
you
he
ask him to take off, or was he just
no,
walking
he
him
did.
up?
At one minute he was there, and I turned round, and then all of a sudden,
gone.
Basco was galloping, pig rooting round the field. But you know when they start farting, because of that, like going, like bucking up and down, and then the trump started with the horse, not Paul. Obviously you shouldn't laugh. But when I'm nervous, I really laugh. So even though I was nervous thinking, is my husband going to die, I was going whilst thinking his husband going to die. And then as he come out, he kind of like, I don't know to this day if he kind of chucked himself off or he literally fell off, but I do have this vision in my head of him going out like a star jump. And he kind of went like a full-on star jump, and then he fell into a fetal position, and then Basco just run off. But as I was at the other end of the field, I'm like walking towards Paul, but he wasn't moving. But I was still laughing, and I'm thinking, you're a sicko, why are you laughing? Your boyfriend isn't moving. And then I went, are you okay? Like this, he went, don't speak to me. And then, I kid you not, this is the honest to God truth, and I must be so weird. Do you know when you lay in bed at night?
It
And
just
then
tickles you.
it's really dark, it's 1 a.m. I woke up and I kept visioning this star jump in my head.
Crying.
And I had full on tears, crying, laughing. And Paul was like, right, Stacey, it's not that funny. But yeah.
That reminds me of a time where one of my friends' partner got into riding and we went for a cross-country lesson together. And he'd kind of taken over riding. Well, no, they bought the horse for him. And we were at Kelsall and I'd gone through the water and she was behind and he hadn't done the girth up.
Oh.
So as he's coming behind, he's literally going like this in slow motion. Well, she was in hysterics. She wasn't even like, hold on, sit up. She was like, he's going to fall in the
Are
water.
we evil? Why do we do this?
And he literally just went flop into and it was, that water at Kelsall's like a swamp.
Yeah.
And he got up and he was like swamp monster.
Wow.
Well, I nearly fell off from laughing and the laughing from her was hysterical, but nobody was like, you all right? We were just like,
What is it with that? Do you think
I
it's a
don't
nervous
know.
laugh, or do you think it's just genuinely
No,
that funny
'cause it
that
is
you-
that funny.
you-
I
your
think-
partners fell off or
but
something?
I think
It's a bit
even
sick,
if
really,
we've
isn't
hurt
it?
ourselves, we
What
kind
happens
of
when
laugh.
it come off?
Yeah,
Like-
but when they're not moving, you're still laughing.
If they're
It's a bit-
But he
speaking,
did say, don't speak to me.
Yeah,
yeah,
to
if
be
they're
fair,
speaking, you're
cry.
all
If
if
right.
they're speaking,
Yeah.
even if they broke the bones, as long as they're
As long as
talking,
they're talking,
it
you're
don't matter. We
okay.
can take you
Doesn't
any
count if
later.
you've not had stitches.
Yeah.
There's no blood and they're talking,
Yeah.
you're all right.
Oh God, yeah.
Fix other bits.
Funny. And following on from horses and partners, we're going to be reading a few things that we found on the website. So one here, I'll read it out. It says, I swapped a live-in boyfriend. I swapped...
Arriving.
I don't think she's killed him at this point. Oh. That's because you said alive-in.
You're going to have to bleep that one.
Right.
Start again.
Pull myself together now. I swapped a live-in boyfriend of 7 years for my horse. I said I wanted a horse. He said I couldn't afford one. What he meant was that I couldn't afford to bankroll his lifestyle. So that was it if I bought a horse. So I bought the horse and he moved out 3 days later before she arrived. We've been blissfully happy for 12 years.
Love that.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
Oh, that was brilliant.
I've had a few people have sent some like tips in how to get things off their husbands or partners.
Oh, go on.
So
I like the funny ones when they send
I
messages.
have got Gemma Smithson has said, get your hubby drunk and show him pictures of prospective steeds. Wait for him to pick the buy. Then when he complains, remind him he picked them.
Oh, clever.
That's a clever one to get an
Tactical,
extra
yeah.
horse in your stable.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then Cheryl Owens has put, need a new lorry. Make the husband spend a full week in your very old horse box at Hickstead. It's so hot that you melt. Upon the return, said horse box was traded in for a younger model. I didn't even have to ask. That's the result. That's a good
yeah.
husband.
That is.
Keep him, Cheryl.
Yeah,
He's a
definitely.
keeper.
Yeah. To be fair, I think we've all got good partners, haven't we?
Yeah.
I feel like we need to say sorry to them now. They're
all
no, I'm only
good.
joking.
They're all good.
Sorry for calling you. Love you.
Sorry for making you wear red leggings.
To be fair, you've got a lovely hubby as well in Ben.
Yeah.
He does. We
He's
are
really
lucky,
good.
aren't we?
Yeah.
And I think most women are. And I think if they're not, they just get rid of him.
Get rid of
Quite
them.
clearly, yeah. They just get rid of him and get a new horse. by the sounds of what we've read on the internet.
Yeah.
Is that our message? How we're going to end this show?
Yeah.
If you're not happy,
Get rid of them.
get rid of him and get a new horse instead. Joking.
Not joking.
No. So yeah, just to recap, I'm not recapping on that bit again, but thank you very much, my lovely ladies, for watching, and men,
And hopefully not
ladies,
men.
and husbands and boyfriends and partners, for watching this episode. We hope you've enjoyed watching and having fun and chatting about all things equestrian, and make sure you join us on our next episode, which is every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Bye.
Bye.